Hey guys, RJ here. As you know, here at Ouroboros.Bros, we actually do something a little bit different when it comes to trailer reviews. Instead of doing singular trailer reviews every single week and putting, a 5-minute video out for a 2-minute trailer, what we like to do instead is do a weekly trailer review so we can go through a bunch of them, just hit on them really quick, and obviously make fun of them if they deserve it. Starting off this week, we got our debut of The Circle, which stars Emma Watson and Tom Hanks, both of which, by the way, one of my favorite actresses and one of my favorite actors. So definitely am cued in on this one. I had no idea that this thing was in the works. I have not read the books. So I definitely need to go do that at some point here, but I love Emma Watson. She looks perfect for this role. It's someone that's searching for, I don't feel like I've fulfilled all of my potential yet, and Tom Hanks is running this company called The Circle, and I'm not sure if it's exactly a company or a campus-style company where you, live on the campus itself. I'm not sure if it's, there's just this, gated community, or if it's actually a company that people work for and then live on the campus. And so basically the premise is everyone gets their every move watched by The Circle, and obviously at first, they say sharing is caring, and, if we know everything about each other, there's no lies, and everyone loves that utopia-esque feeling. But obviously halfway through the trailer, the tone changes a little bit, and we find out that there might be issues with The Circle and what kind of power that they have. And I think this is kind of important because it brings up a constant debate nowadays of, the government spying, the NSA, Edward Snowden, that kind of thing. There's a lot of debate on, what our government should and should not know, and I just kind of like that they're bringing in this kind of thriller for this, and I love Emma Watson and Tom Hanks. I'm definitely going to see this one in theaters. Moving on, we have War of the Planet of the Apes starring Andy Serkis, Woody Harrelson, and Judy Greer. And at first, I wanted to kind of just brush off this trailer as nothing because I just haven't been that interested in any of the latest Planet of the Apes movies in general. I did see the one with James Franco. I thought it was mediocre-ish. But in general, I just haven't been that interested. But when I watched the trailer, I actually found myself kind of getting drawn in. The music was really good. The cinematography going on with all of these shots, with the monkey behind the waterfall and stuff, and then him jumping out, I thought that looked beautiful. And I mean, these films are known for how good their CGI is, and I have to agree that it at least looks good. I'm just not all that interested in the premise overall for these movies is the same, and every single time we come back to it, in general, I think there's a lot of better stories they could tell with the premise of Planet of the Apes, and I don't think a giant war between humanity and the apes, which we've seen in every single movie of these, is really what we need next. But in general, Woody Harrelson looked good, Judy Greer looked good. I was a little bit more interested than I thought I would be. I'm probably not going to see that one in theaters, though. The next two movies I'm going to pan pretty hard, and I know that some of you are going to be pretty upset about that because both of these movies probably have decent-sized followings, but I really don't give a shit because they both look awful. And we'll start off with Baywatch. I know that this is a cherished series. There's a lot of nostalgia with it. The trailer looks okay. I'll give you that. The trailer looks okay. The Rock Johnson is probably the coolest person on this entire planet, so yes, he can make any trailer with 2 minutes of action time look good. And yes, Zac Efron, your body is glistening, as always. But in general, what does this movie give us? I mean, it looks exactly like all the other action comedy movies that have come out in the last 2 years. Instead, they're focusing on an old 70s show for Baywatch. I don't know why people think this is a good idea. There is probably some good comedy in there, and there were some good jokes in the trailer. But in general, man, come on. I just, no on this. Absolutely not. If I'm being honest, I have not actually been entertained, at all. Entertained at all since the second Transformers movie. Ever since Megan Fox was running through the desert with her boobs bouncing, I have not been interested. Since literally that point of that movie, I have not been interested. And the fact that we keep all going to theaters to see these movies, to watch Michael Bay put millions and millions of dollars into just giant explosions, terribly written plots, tons of actors being thrown in just trying to make cameos possible. And yes, this one does have Anthony Hopkins and of course Marky Mark, but it's not enough. It's not enough to tempt me. It's not enough to bring me back into this universe. Michael Bay has ruined Transformers for me. This is a series that I grew up with. The cartoon had more in-depth plot points and character development than all of these Transformer movies fucking combined. It's unreal to me that people still go and see these movies when it's the same movie over and over and over again. I'm sure at the end of this movie there's going to be some giant object in the sky that Optimus Prime has to shoot down or destroy, and that'll be that, and Michael Bay will make another $1 billion. So go see it if you want to. I absolutely hate him for ruining a franchise that I think could have been something really special, and Transformers The Last Night looks like garbage. For every shitty Transformers movie we get, at least on the other side of that equation, we get a mediocre Spider-Man movie at minimum. I'm kidding. The SpiderMan Homecoming trailer looked absolutely amazing. I did not know it was going to drop this week, but it's starring Robert Downey Jr., Tom Holland, and Marissa Tomei, and in general, I actually didn't think that Robert Downey Jr. was going to be playing such a huge role in the Spider-Man film, but from what I saw in the trailer, it looks like he's going to be in this movie throughout. And the sequences with him and Tom where they're kind of joking around, and the fact that Tom goes in for the hug and Robert just opens the door for him, he's like, no dude, I was just reaching for the car door. And the humor in this movie is going to be absolutely fantastic. I think Holland is a perfect mix between Tobey and Garfield. You have the shy, carelessness, and then you also have, the witty humor from Garfield. I think he's going to be a good Spider-Man. I think this movie in general looks really solid. The music was having me pumped by the end. Him holding the boat together with the webs, that had me flashing back to the original Spider-Man films with Tobey in them. In general, I think this is going to be a fantastic film, and it's probably one of the few films I'm extremely excited about seeing over the next year. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 definitely falls up in there for me because I loved that first movie. In general, though, I think this is going to be a really solid film. I think Robert Downey Jr. is going to help carry Tom Holland into the larger MU universe. We'll set up everything for the Infinity War, and this is going to be a good film. I'm going to see it in theaters for sure. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. We really like doing these weekly trailer reviews where we just have to pick out 5 of our favorites and either bash or love them. And in general, we really like this format. So if you guys do like it, let us know in the comments down below. Subscribe to this YouTube channel, like, comment, and follow us on social media if you want to start a conversation there. And until next time, guys, I'll see you soon.